Okay, so we had played something similar to this before this latest patch happened. We had been playing Zoe as the second champion, and I think Aphelios slots in here really elegantly. So two of Aphelios' weapons, Severum and Infernum, give you temporary bonuses until end of turn, 2-1 and Overwhelm, or 1-2 and Lifesteal. And when you pair these with the KDA card out of the way, all of your buffs except for Barrier are permanent until for the rest of the game. Those weapons become a lot more potent. Another thing that's really sweet about this build, that what this deck was originally built to do, is survival skills works exactly how we want it to work with this works exactly how we want it to work with out of the way. So if you have out of the way played and you survival skills, your entire board can no longer have their health drop below 1 for the rest of the game. So they can only be killed by things like destroy or obliterate effects at that point. They no longer die inside of combat. Draven axes can be made permanent with out of the way as well. Another card we're trying out here today is the Veiled Temple. Each round, the first time you play 2 other cards, refill 2 mana and grant your strongest ally +1/+1. So this card seems sweet with Draven Axes. Draven Axes, again, make you discard a card when you play them, but they're a free spell. So basically, with Axes in conjunction with Veiled Temple, we could use this to kick our mana up in a turn, which seems kind of neat. Gifts from Beyond, also very good with Temple. Aphelios in general, good with Temple, just generating you lots of weapons. It is a landmark, it just doesn't say landmark on the card for some reason. I think that's a graphical error, but this is in fact landmark. Other comments. Last time we played this deck, we were playing Captain Pharaon as the top end. This build, we're trying out Starshaping here. This could be worse than Pharaon. I wouldn't be surprised if one of our conclusions is, no, stop it. I don't need to life gain. I just want 3 daddies at my top end. But we're going to try Starshaping and see how that feels to start. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it feels today. Garen Braum, eh? I'm mulliganing the rest of these, looking for other things to go with out of the way. Alright. I guess, to be fair, to credit to this hand, these look much better than 2 Pharaons would, right? The new landmark gives you just generic mana, not just spell mana. It's very good. Alright, they have their Scargrounds on 3, and we have our out of the way on our 3, so we're gonna have a game here, as they say. Yeah, definitely, Niv. That is definitely one I am looking forward to getting back to. Alright, do you have a Braum? Nah, you're good. How can Braum handle? They do have the Braum on curve. Gross.
They forced us to choose
death or the blade. I think we just pass here rather than giving this a poke.
We fight for those who cannot.
Sorry, did you say something?
Okay, so how do we feel about Axe, discard the Dusk Petal onto the Draven, play Aphelios? I think I'm into that, and then we open on survival skills next turn.
What are you waiting for?
You want a survival Draven and flip Draven? That's not a bad idea.
I feel this like we should be friends.
Now we're cooking.
Troll Chant makes us a little bit sad here. This still levels at least. I still get 2 X's. Okay, so I have 8 mana here, so I think we just axe this, Aphelios, and then play survival skills?
Time for the moneymakers.
Probably grab the lifesteal weapon here, right?
The moon rises.
D-Rock, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Let's boogie.
I stand ready. You are safe with Brom.
So again, the green line on these is the survival skills. These can't drop below 1 health. I've been subbing for several months. I forgot to follow until now. That's kind of funny.
Now we're cooking.
Press the advantage.
All right, and then we're gonna want to get Infernium here with this to get more permanent buffs going. Hey, John, thank you for the 23 months. Welcome back. It's gonna be a very silly game. Because they have Ember Maiden Scargrounds, but we got our combo going. And their deck beat Lifelink on Draven. I don't think so. Not when he's unkillable.
From darkness, light. Let the flame.
Runeterra, what a silly game. Ooh. It's probably just this, right? It's Supernova, because I'm going to invoke another thing here. Destroy effects can kill my damage right now. Dealing 3 to something's actually pretty okay here. I think I want the Colibrum. Yeah, their region shouldn't have a way to kill things that are on my board right now. We should just be good to go here.
We were peaceful once.
And then this gets us back to the lifesteal weapon. Which is called Severum.
See as I see.
First we fight. Ha! This is fun, yes? Ha ha! Time to celebrate!
We will be free.
It's Draven time.
Oh, wait, can he not phase in another weapon this turn? Did I mess that up? I think I messed that up.
See?
Oh, yeah, he was already at... I was thinking I was going to get the other weapon again. That's not how that works. Oh, when he's leveled, he can do multiple per turn. That's what I was missing. Got it. Oh, did I forget to attack? I think you're right that I forgot to attack. You know what threw me off? They attacked me, and I was like, oh, it's not my attack token, but they totally have Garen rallying. Sorry, that was my mistake. That's overwhelm. The Blevins, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
And here's where I paint my
Thantalos, thank you for the 21 months.
Time for talking to. Good luck. Have fun.
Are there any cards in their deck that punish me for waiting to do this? What if I do this right now? Another and third Ember Maiden. Yeah.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Yeah, what if we just kill an Ember Maiden, huh? What if I, like, get this and Braum? Relentless Pursuit kills me even if I do this. That's not a card we can think about. Yeah, I'm not sure we care about Garrett. I think that's accurate. How do we feel about Moon Silver Severum so I can open attacks next turn? I think I'm into it.
Severum. Our path is fixed. Now we must walk it.
Hold fast.
Embers and smoke.
If I hush this, do they die? No, I want to save hush for this, right? If we silence, do they die? Is that true? No, because it still has 6 toughness, right? It's only 1 more damage if I silence. Yeah, nice Gen Fed.
Aphelios.
Yeah, I think we were gonna stop that. I don't think we got our combos set up, but they were pretty locked out. We got to do the thing. I like when we get to do the thing right away. That was sweet. We got to see the survival skills out of the way go off, and we got to see Aphelios' weapons come into the picture and play around as well, which is great. Both decks got to execute their game plans there, and our game plan was just better against theirs. Yeah, that's true too. We talked about Starshaping versus Captain Pharaoh, and Captain Pharaoh would have probably lost us that game, right? We get to mulligan Draven here, right? Because we have his biggest fan, and I wanna play this on 1 to be proactive. Mulligan this Pale Cascade here too, looking for other threats.
It's Draven time.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
I mean, my plays are different if they make different attacks, Ernagram. So, like, assuming that they make a different play and then all of my plays remain the same after their different play is kind of nonsense. Like, the turn you're talking about where they could have attacked, I could have gained 5. So, no, I wouldn't have been at -3. I wouldn't have been able to obliterate their stuff that turn, but I would have obliterated at the start of my next turn. Yeah, that too. If I don't forget to attack with my 7 power lifesteal, the game also ends up looking different. Yeah. I just like when people do that. It's fine to talk about things in like the context of like, well, maybe the game's different, but like try to avoid talking about things with certainty because like the certainty's just not there, right?
Watch and learn.
It's like turbo leveling Zoe here. An aggressive flash.
Hold still.
They're playing Get Excited. That's brutal. We're actually out of threats at this point, huh? How does turn order work in this game? So the basic thing you need to know is that the only thing that differentiates turns in Runeterra is who is attacking. So Runeterra, you're not really waiting to take your turn. Both players are playing every turn. So there's this little, this icon here, the attack token flips back and forth, so you rotate who's attacking and who gets priority first. Yeah, who gets priority first is also different, that's true. But in Runeterra, you're not ever really waiting to play, which is one of the reasons why Runeterra has the best play draw balance of any game that's ever been created. Like, Runeterra literally has better play draw balance than chess. I think we just go get goat here. Yeah, Flight's being a cheap Zoe blocker looks real appealing in games like this. There's a good chance this Zoe just runs away with the game.
System upgrade.
Think I should Sketcher for Snake? Yeah, maybe that's a good thought. I don't know, I'm kind of set on trying to get this set up here, but out of the way survival skills might not be good enough this game. Calamemes, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning.
In times of crisis, an aspect descends to herald the reshaping of worlds. And get
I already got my 2 extra mana last turn. Press a pick. We got it when we fished the goat out. Yeah, their whole board being elusive from the Zoe emblem. The fact that we didn't have a Zoe answer this game was gonna snowball really hard. I don't know. There's a good chance that it didn't matter and it was just gonna get Mystic Shotted or get excited anyways.
shit time!
I have the best job.
Can you improve perfection?
Danger noodle!
I was up first deck this morning. It was fine. Not amazing, but fine.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle fly.
Safety disengaged.
If we can find our way into what's it called? We can find our way into Aphelios and get the lifesteal weapon, maybe, but that's a pretty big elusive. We need to find like an Aphelios and a Hush. Well, I mean, what if I take this, and then I'm gonna get 2 mana back here from my landmark, and then I can play 2 cards and get Severum off of this, right? He can give me a second weapon the turn I play him. So the two mana back from this, so I could do this here, and Severum is the lifesteal one. So we shoot this.
You going on an adventure? I'm going too!
I think I definitely want Infernium next off of this to give this overwhelm down the line. Yep. 6, 8, 9. So not dead thanks to Starshaping next turn. And then actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Am I? Nah, I'm just gonna pass. Big Barbino. I mean, I wouldn't say we're ahead, but we're not dead on board, which is all you could really ask for against a fully elusive Zoe Emblem board. I think that's exactly lethal. Oh. Yeah, the turn I could have invoked looking for a danger noodle to try and kill the Zoe before she leveled. I should have. That was close, and I had a chance to take a better line there with the Zoe invoke for sure. Yeah, with what's it called? Celestial invoke. Nocturne Aphelios. I think we keep the survival skills, or I want a full mulligan looking for a threat. I want a full mulligan looking for a threat. Usually keep skills because you have 6 Dravens. That makes sense. Thankfully, our deck is convinced we want this card, so.
Lunari, rise.
This card's really good. We've got skills, chat. We've got skills. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. My.
Watch and learn.
Summoning the Sky Shadows with the Aphelios' weapon is pretty funny. Just free. Just costs no resources, get a 3/1.
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Darkness.
We're in a pretty okay spot here, right? So we go like, and they can't have Hush, right? Because Hush is 3 mana now. So we go like Spitting Axe, discard survival skills. And then I get to Whirling Death twice. Great.
What are you waiting for?
If they want a Pale Cascade, I have another Spitting Axe. So we take 6. These 3 die Draven levels. We get a bunch of axes.
Come out and play.
This is 9 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can pass here. I don't know if that was the best draw on the deck, but it was definitely the sweetest draw.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Time for the moneymakers. Let's boogie.
I don't want to discard all of the axes because they could have a hush here. This was an incredible draw, since this is currently vulnerable. Yeah, we're putting the lifesteal weapon on him. For sure. Okay, so that changes the dynamic because now they can get a stun, right? So now I have to go get the goat. And Severum's the life gain, so we can get goat. Was Draven our only unit this game? Yes, so far.
A crescent path opens before us.
Oh, interesting. They elected to get that weapon instead. Huh. If they don't have Hush, we can kill them with Draven next turn, right? Yeah, the phasing off of gifts doesn't matter because we don't have an Aphelios, is correct.
Forgive me.
Yeah, Doom Beast would be bad for us here.
Hiding.
So I have 7 cards right now, and this is going to strike twice, giving us 4 axes. So I want to use an axe on here before I do that, because all my buffs are permanent. Yeah, if they have Hush here, we axe survival skills again. That's like not a big deal. Man, the eye bug with Aphelios making the eye not work really makes me appreciate how good the eye is. Having to suddenly manually count everything like it's magic really sucks. Dear Riot, please fix the eye bug. if I play this, does it count the axes I play after it? Does anybody know? If I play this, does it count the axes I play after it? Oh, play around the stun. Yeah, that's true. I want to play around the stun.
Now we're cooking.
Okay, so we axe again here to force a block. And I think I just click OK. Because if I go in on the axes here to try and push lethal, my opponent could hush me and destroy me. I just want to like not expose this to hush with my extra skills here. And then Starshaping looking like it's going to be instrumental in staying alive here again.
The brighter my light, the stronger your shadow.
What do they phase? You don't get to know what they phase. I don't believe. I don't think it says it on the card in the middle when it's on the stack. I should check.
Believe, Aphelios.
Okay, so we are unfortunately dead to another Doom Beast here.
Sense of familiar.
Wow, no Doom Beast. Sick. Yeah, Starshaping's been much better than Pharaon would be. We would not have won, I don't think, either of the games that we've won so far without the Starshaping. Let's just survival skill as our nexus so it can't go below 1. Yeah, Draven had a real strong back that game. To be fair, we improved the strength of Draven's back by making him unkillable. AKA, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. For folks that are new to the channel, like AKA, I do Runeterra stuff here 5 days a week during the morning from about 7 a.m. Central till about 10 a.m. Central. At 10 a.m., we'll switch over to playing some Magic the Gathering. We'll also play that here. So a lot of turn-based strategy games, also some single-player story-driven stuff. Working on a God of War playthrough right now as well. That's been fun. Fiora Tarek. We said Draven to a chiropractor. Is it crazy to keep all of these cards? Maybe the Pale Cascade's a mulligan? The Veiled Temple sounds sweet on 4. I kind of want to try a game where we have this right away. And this is a good enabler for this. So this deck is unfortunately not on my Mobalytics page right now because Mobalytics is bugged for me. Their website is having some kind of cache issue on my streaming computer that's making it unable for me to see... it's making it unable for me to see any new cards on their website. I've tried everything short of deleting the entirety of my Chrome cache because I'd like to avoid doing that, ideally.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
Might have been right to play Draven pre-combat there. If I played Draven and they played Fiora, I wouldn't really want to attack in, though, was the issue, and I kind of wanted to get my gem.
Don't worry, I am here.
I'm not worried. Should I be worried?
You can see what weapons your opponent phased off of moon weapons. Oh. Well, then it's really bad design that I don't see those face up in their hand. If they're gonna show me what weapons they're phasing, I should definitely get to know that. I assumed we didn't see it because it wasn't putting the weapons face up in their hand when they phase. Hey, D20, thanks for the support. I appreciate that. All right, so if I gem plus axe, I get to trigger this. That seems worthwhile, right? I guess it gives up my axe for the turn, though.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Huh? Making Draven big sounds appealing, though. It gives up survival skills. Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna pass. Giving up survival skills is a big deal. Ooh. Is it just because I'm a filthy casual press a pick, or is it crazy to want the third out of the way in this deck? Because out of the way games have been really absurd. Think it's Crescendium? Think it's Crescendium. Think I want a goat.
Embrace the night, Aphelios. Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle fly.
I think I want Calibrum up next. Kane's Indignation, thank you for the tier 2. I appreciate the 20 months. Welcome back. So we'll do this, which puts this to 1, and then I can gem, which will give me another moon weapon with this. Thanks for being a part of it, Zintoth. It's good to have you here too.
Opens before us.
And then next turn, so level 1 Aphelios can only phase 1 moon weapon per turn. So getting to phase in the second moon weapon the turn you make your first one's big game, because the next turn we can phase another. Probably want lifesteal on the next one, because I'm likely going to take a hit on their open attacks here, I think. Got a survival skills here, right? And hey, if we survival skills, we can then attack. I wasn't going to attack in because of a potential for Hush here, but Hush is no longer an option.
Watch and learn.
Crunch. I assume they're going to jump block. It's fine, still a free attack. Get my axe back. This card is so good. Yeah, we have a lot of ways to start generating cards around. If we hit out of the way, I'm not sure we could lose. The mana this card makes is really crazy.
Stand resolute. Look sharp. Never submit.
I think I need a chump block here to keep my life total up a little bit, because this has Overwhelm. You want me to, like, block Bastion survival? That puts me to 8. They just, like, Pale Cascade this to keep it alive, right? It's like anything that gives it 1 toughness. Because this will only be... Oh, this gives it an extra attack because of this.
Find peace in the quiet, Fel. It's just us.
This is gonna hurt for you. Now we're cooking.
Yeah, I like it. So they can't hush this because we went shields up with the Bastion. And if they give this, they can only give this 1 extra toughness here most likely. Yeah! Good night, Tarek!
Keep faith, Aphelios.
Yeah, Temple's been good.
Peace.
Temple's been good. I want another out of the way. How do I fit a 3rd out of the way in here? What's the cut? I think it's Spacey Sketcher or Pale Cascade. Can I just trim a Pale Cascade? Card's pretty whatever. I could cut a Draven's biggest fan too. I don't hate that. I don't know. We always want Draven. I think trim Pale Cascade's probably the answer. Hey, Ginked. Thanks for this gift. That's very generous of you. Good morning. I basically always want Draven, right? So having 6 copies of him sounds good. I was Runeterra after the patch. It's been fun. Aphelios is a really sweet card. The design on him is phenomenal. I like Aphelios a lot. Hey, Gink, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub yourself. Good morning. Think we're full mulliganing here. So, on draws like this, do I ditch the fan to Sketcher? I think that's probably the play, right? Since I have the Draven already. And I can play a 1-drop and still do this on 3. We played against Lee Sin with the Ash Riven deck this morning and beat it, because Ash Riven has a really good Lee Sin matchup. Yeah, there's people are mostly trying new fun things out for the time being. I'm sure there'll be more Lee Sin around a week from now when some of the excitement dies down, but so far most people are brewing. Ooh. Okay, with this draw, I'm gonna go ahead and do this for now, and then we'll plan to do this on 3. This way, if they kill or we're forced to trade off Draven, we can get another one with this. And then actually here, against their deck, do we just Draven on 3 to start generating some extra axes? I think that's the play.
You cannot hold us down.
I'm not, like, in a rush to do this right away. Like, there could be some concern to doing this right away if I need to, like, protect Draven. But I don't need to protect Draven because I basically have 3 copies of him. So getting aggressive and getting a bunch of axes going for when we do out of the way sounds really appealing. Like, worst case scenario here is, like, I get in another axe, and then they, what's the word I'm searching for? They have, like, something big, and then they single combat me. Dawn Speaker's a little scary. Okay, yeah. That's a good one. That's pretty scary.
Petricite protect me.
So Snake
That's a pretty sparkle.
plus Aphelios' moon weapon lets me kill the Dawn Speaker here, which is good. Oh, and actually, if I take this, this will survive the hit too, right? That's sweet.
The brighter my light, the stronger your shadow.
I think I want the deal 3 as a follow-up. Libram.
My strength is yours.
Get this one out of here. I think I axe here to phase my moon weapon. Because the +1 happens permanently, and then I can phase another moon weapon next turn. Because remember, this can only phase 1 moon weapon per turn. Hey, C-Unit. Thank you for the 35 months. It's a long time. I appreciate you dropping off the prem again.
I'll find vengeance on my own.
Am I gonna do the labs? Nah, I'm not really into single player type stuff. Like deck builders and things like that just aren't really what I'm into.
Move short as the moon, brother.
What's the plan?
We shoot them.
We shoot them.
Bring in the heat. Burn away the shadows.
Trust is a weapon.
Oh, you're interesting.
Looking grim.
Fell.
Why is Witcher 3 new game plus hates your life? Go Buck. I was actually thinking about doing one of those later this year.
It's
I liked my first playthrough of that game. That would have been nice last turn. He spent 155 hours in the first playthrough. Fair. We can practically heal to full. And with the Whirling Death next turn, it's pretty hard for them to kill us inside of combat. So I think that's probably the line, right?
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Not all boards have the clicking animation. Only the premium boards have the clicking animation. The more expensive ones.
Let's do this. Time for the moneymakers.
You want to pass? Yeah, I probably should have burned their mana, but I already played the axe, so let's attack. It's kind of interesting that they're playing Vengeance in their deck. It's not a card I really expected them to be playing. Yeah, we played out of the way this game, so this is going to keep these modifiers. Which is why the pass could have been okay there for us. Yeah, I think Bresipic's right. When they passed, I probably should have passed.
Night flowers upon my blade.
What does he want from me?
Yeah, I think we're ahead too. I agree with that. Really weird that they overwrote their thing for that. Okay.
We're gonna need more coffins.
We have gas.
This is mercy.
So we axe this.
We're cooking.
We Whirling Death this. We Pale Cascade here. And then we're going to stay pretty close to 20. We're going to end up at 10? Really? How are we ending up at 10? This does 8. We go to 20. Oh, because this gains double strike. Got it. I missed her getting double attack. Senna's getting double attack. And we definitely have to kill Lucian here because we don't want them to rally. And then our Draven gets to level here, and we have pretty decent open attacks. Yeah, we have okay open attacks. We don't have Overwhelm. Oh, Draven has Overwhelm when he levels. JK. LOL. Man, the lifesteal off of what's his name's blade is very silly. Build your own sparkle fly. Yep. It's a good way to put it.
Victims.
I think I'm fine treating this here.
Your death has been ordained.
If they have a second vengeance, we could be in trouble. I guess single combat's also not good for us. It could have been right to click OK there. Axing to try and trade here is probably greedy. Wow, that just happened. Deal. We take those.
Today we turn the tide of war.
When you heal your Draven because you're at 20. I guess we'll heal Draven because Draven put us to 20. It's only fair that we keep Draven alive, Chad. He's keeping us alive. Look at him sparkle.
The chains, they never stop.
They never stop. Oh, was vengeance generated by their Mage Seeker? It might have been, actually. That's a good point. That's a really good point. I didn't think about that. I think you might be right.
Hey, buddy, what you doing? Got an axe with your name on it.
Take one. Well, that's just rude.
Lucian!
Oh, you know what? I should have axed this first to get more, right? I could have had more things here. Is it Cosmic Inspiration? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we'll silence the 1/1. Oh, and we can double axe to ditch the rest. Yeah, that's true. Because the axes are permanent because we're out of the way.
By the strength of our convictions.
Time for the moneymakers.
Power overwhelming. Look at it sparkle, chat. No, I wanted to make another giant lifesteal monster. Come back. Come back. I wasn't done yet.
All me. And maybe those other guys. What?
Maybe those other guys, you know, maybe. Is that, maybe that's why people like the single player lab? In the single player lab, the computer never concedes, right? You always get to do your thing. That's true. Draven, these games have been mostly Draven. He's got a real strong back. Yes, limiting the life total to 20 is a very good design. Is it crazy to full mulligan here? Maybe I keep the goat. Aphelios doesn't actually seem that. I guess they have a lot of elusives. I don't know. I'll keep these two. Nailed it. It's awesome. Pretty lucky, drew Draven. Yeah, the hotkeys aren't low-key broken, they're just straight broken. Is Draven on the edge of nerf material? Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised that Draven was left alone in this most recent patch. Both discard aggro and Draven Ezreal are, both discard aggro and Draven Ezreal are things that, are real good. I love that this 4-mana Powder Monkey card looks playable. It's been really sweet in the games that we've played. We've played against it. I just block with Draven. Yeah, I think I do this and just go wide. I mean, to be fair, Fiora is less of a power level thing and more of a this card frequently feels bad to play against thing.
Tis a fine day for murder.
Plenty still to go down.
Okay, so I'm going to axe Draven, and then we're gonna Aphelios phase the lifelink weapon. And I want to phase Overwhelm afterwards, I think. The J-Rock, thank you for the 22 months. I really appreciate the tier 3. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. The minion pet is adorable.
Who says I don't share?
Yep, Draven's about to level. Oh, I can give him Overwhelm also. Yeah, we can. I think I want the deal 3 to a follower, right? I think I like attacking with the goats here. Getting gems for next turn for this sounds great.
Say your farewells.
This seems great for me. We don't have out of the way this game, but like we're able to generate a lot more mood weapons again next turn. Aphelios is a really sweet mid-range card, I agree. The modal nature of this card just doing so many different things is just everything you want in a mid-range deck. Okay. And then we gifts for the lifesteal one again, right?
It hurts because it must.
All or nothing.
Yeah, I just go to 7, right? Yeah, we're not dead. We're fine. We're at 18. We gained a ton of life last turn.
Reach out, Aphelios. Embrace the night, Aphelios.
They could have vengeance here. They do not. All right, sick. Yeah, actually, every mode on Aphelios' weapons have been good. We've actually just been like, for every one of his weapons has just been like, yeah, that's great at a certain point. Ever used Gravium? Yeah, we played Yasuo Aphelios yesterday, and it was great. I'm probably gonna play that one some more tomorrow or Monday. Yeah, Brad, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. And remember, if you miss any of my streams, I'm here doing a couple of Runeterra decks at least 5 days a week. You can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. Everything I stream gets put up there, and I cut it up deck by deck. So usually I try to play at least 2 different decks per day. So there's 2 different Runeterra videos up there almost every single day of the week. Aphelios, Ezreal. You know, I think I'm gonna mulligan these two, looking for a Draven, and we'll keep these two. Nailed it.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
How'd you feel about the Aphelios? It was fine. Reasonable mid-range deck. Getting to play 5 one-sided sweep or 6 one-sided sweepers feels real good.
One star's Whipsy is another spark.
No reason to attack here. If they have a 1-mana 4/1 or a 0/2 challenger, I'd rather have this on defense.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Yes, survival skills is only our units currently in play. That is correct.
It's Draven time.
Not every deck can take advantage of all his weapons, but there are so many weapons that can slot into specific roles in decks, which makes them good. Yeah, exactly. He does the role that Aphelios assumes in different decks is different depending on what those decks are looking for, basically. Let's attack for 3 here and generate next. I could proactively axing works on leveling him, but proactively axing if I don't use the survival skills in the dark would mean he could die to get excited, which wouldn't be great. So we'll get to go Sketcher, ditch this, Aphelios this turn.
A crescent path opens before us.
And here's where I take no
Decent down the line. We can make it big enough to kill this thing here next turn.
I am superior life form.
The brighter my light,
I think this is a murder target ballistic bot Aphelios for sure.
we will resist.
So I think we... Yeah, I think we do this, and I get to go ahead and ditch the Dusk Petal to this,
Time for the moneymakers.
and then open attacks here.
Let's boogie.
hold still.
The downside to this sequencing is it means that the axe that I played didn't count towards... Oh wait, did it count towards phasing? So if I play this, is it immediately going to phase the next weapon for me?
System upgrade.
You have calibrubbed. You have calibrubbed the thing. Alright, so I think we're getting the stun at this point. Okay, so that is how that works. Cool. Got it.
See as I see. Embrace the night, Aphelios.
What do we think about gifts into Goat here? They can't... Gravium doesn't hit champions. This is only followers. I think I like gifts for Goat too.
It hurts because it must.
Aphelios looks a lot more fun to play than I expected from patch notes. Yeah, it does a lot. It gives you a lot of choices. It lets you feel. So, Aphelios is a really sweet design because it lets you feel smart when you're playing with it, but it's not a feel smart in the way like, say, a Nivea control is feel smart, where it like grinds the opponent out and they don't get to do anything, right? Like, when you're using Aphelios, your opponent is still playing a game of Runeterra.
Another spark.
It's proactive feel smart is a great way to describe it. So I don't really want to stun anything this turn, but I also want to just play moon weapons so I can level this. So I'm pretty sure we do this, and then we can Draven's biggest fan, and we'll get to phase in the moon weapon that gets us another goat here. Is the play? Yeah, you make decisions, the decisions you make matter. Exactly correct.
Autographs after the fight, kid. kid.
Autographs after.
Would weapons be too good if some of them are fast? Yeah, definitely. 100% too good. This card seems fine as is. It does not need to be made stronger.
Move short as the moon, brother. Together, brother, we will make death holy.
I think I want the deal 3 for their goat. I guess there's a chance they attack this turn. I'm gonna get the deal 3.
A crescent path opens before us.
Leveled Aphelios can generate multiple weapons per turn. An unleveled Aphelios cannot. Leveled Aphelios also make sure things cost less. Runeterra is graphically very pretty. You are not wrong. Alright, so I think I'm in for the stun here, because I'm at 20, right? There's a chance we push like an incredible amount of damage this turn, right?
Move short as the moon, brother.
Is he hit with any axes yet? He's not. Oh, you know what? The bot probably doesn't have the latest card drop in it yet. Let me look. I think the bot owner gave me a command that I can run. Look at that. There we go. Heyo. The person, Runeterra adds and updates cards often enough that the person that maintains the bot added that command for me.
Leave, Aphelios.
Shout out to Riot for having an API that allows us to do stuff like that.
Crescendo.
So we can just like chain infinite moon weapons here, right? Are we out of goats? That's a good question.
Find peace in the quiet, Fel.
That's one goat down. Now I think we got one more. Oh, it is only one time still. No, I'm dumb. Oh, it does it at round start too. Each round, the first time you play. Right. Each round, the first time you play 2 created cards or round start. Okay, so he still only makes 1 new one per turn. No, is it 2? So if I don't have one in my hand, let's find out. Stun your dog. You get 2 a turn if you have none in hand. Okay, that was my understanding.
Very clarity reigns, Fel.
I think there's another goat in my deck too. I wish Runeterra had a built-in deck tracker. That would be nice. What's it called? Mythgard. Mythgard has a built-in deck tracker. That's always a super convenient feature that application did. Can we draw a copy of Out of the Way, please? Or 14 cards into our deck without an Out of the Way?
Can you improve perfection?
See as I see.
Okay, but what if instead we didn't do that?
Crescendo.
We did have one more goat, God bless. That's cute.
See as I see.
My future.
I am with you. It ends in silence. Guide him, Mother.
Yeah, this can't deal damage to this because it's survival skilled. And check this out, they hushed mine, now I hush theirs, and theirs dies to Whirling Death.
Come out and play.
Now I'm definitely out of ghosts. Only that's rude. I've barely given Kaldheim a look. How are the first impressions? I've been having a lot of fun with it, bud. We played a bunch of standard in Magic Arena. It's been fun. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I think we just do this and attack. And this gives me overwhelm on something. Pretty sure that's the play. No, I want to put the overwhelm on the Draven.
Is yours.
Because I want to use this Whirling Death with the Draven to get an extra axe here.
Do this.
So like, yeah.
Can I paint you?
Yeah, so they'll do this, and then I get to go ahead and do this, which means that they'll get hit with overwhelm damage here as well. So they're losing everything except this. I'm getting 2 X's and a gem. Yeah, all 3 survival skills are fantastic. You definitely should be playing 3 of that card in this deck. All right, one of your finest moon weapons, please. Oh, hey, look, chat. I get to kill this, and then I get to get a Gravium, which will let me stun this for 2 turn cycles. Man, this deck is gas.
Does he do this?
So gem this, get my stun weapon.
All me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
Maybe those other guys. Aphelios helped, Draven, okay? Listen, you gotta give Aphelios credit. You gotta give Aphelios credit for that game win. Yeah, I was super into what this deck was doing. I liked it a lot. Veiled Temple was impressive in some of the games that it came up. We got to Out of the Way plus the big thing that stands out in my mind from this deck is that when we had Out of the Way survival skills, it was insane together. But more importantly, when we didn't have these cards together, when we just had them separately, they were also fine. Like, this card with Draven's axes and Aphelios' weapons and our couple other things was still very, very reasonable. And this card with Draven's axes was also good. Like, yeah, like there's so many mix and matches of good, useful effects in here that we don't have that awkward problem where, like, we have too much of one thing and not enough of the other. And honestly, the thing that ties it all together is Draven, obviously, and that's fine because on the back of Draven's biggest fan, we're able to basically play 6 virtual copies of Draven. So yeah, if you're looking for a sweet Draven out of the way list with the Aphelios, this sounds good. I'm gonna post the deck link, the deck code in chat for people that want it because it is not on my Mobalytics, because Mobalytics is currently bugged for me. So there's the deck code if you want it. Any argument to remove Draven since there's tutoring for one Zoe? No, you always want Draven. The deck is much worse when you don't have Draven in play, so having access to 6 Draven is much better than having access to 5 Draven. Alright, so at any rate, for folks that are my regulars or new folks, my new schedule is going to be 2 Runeterra decks for a few hours in the morning to start till about 10 a.m., which is now. So we're going to be shifting gears over to playing some Magic Arena for the next few hours. They had a new set release last week as well, so I've been enjoying that. We're going to shift on over that. I'll be back with more Runeterra, 2 more decks of that tomorrow morning, starting at 7 a.m. Central. And as always, if you want to catch up on other things that we've been playing, we played a couple of Aphelios decks yesterday. There's stuff on my YouTube channel for that for Runeterra. Let's get the old Arena client loaded here, huh? It is time for some big dumb control.